Okay, guys, kind of a quick video. I say that all the time, and I know it's dangerous to do videos, so I was reading some comments and stuff, but they're my opinions, okay? They're my opinions. There's some facts or this and that. I'm gonna miss things. Obviously, I gotta be careful of responding to some comments and stuff, but that's how it works. Gonna be attacked to some degree, um, but none of us are gonna know everything about a certain topic, even despite our profession. You know, which I'm gonna get to here in a minute. But I don't know everything about cars. I don't know everything about toy collecting, movies. I don't know everything about hunting, guns, medical profession, finances, uh, all that stuff. So, okay, I'm going to be proven wrong or things are going to be pointed out. So, just got to take the hits. And the world doesn't help, of course. The news doesn't help nowadays. Misinformation, wrong information, corrected information, bias information. Now, that's a fact, right? I mean, it happens by mistake, or there's jokes. We can go to the talk show host. Oh, wait, it was a joke. It was satire. Oh, we made a mistake, or we didn't know all the information. We know a lot of those things are kind of lies, misinformation, but everybody does it. So anyway, the other day a friend was talking about nursing, PT or physical therapy, and other jobs or professions aren't considered professions now. Like, well, what's okay? What's that mean? So some things I kind of brush off, like, okay, what's the effect of that, or what came about it with that? So apparently it's about loans or something, and I'm not up on that. I kind of looked into it last night. Department of Education just talking about, oh well, you're only going to get just over 20,000 in federal loans. Now it's just federal loans, lower rate, lower percentage rate. So I'm like, okay, well, nursing, it's still somewhere around 7 grand. I'm just throwing out that number. It's between 5 and 10 grand to get your base nursing degree a year. So I'm like, okay, and you can go to a community college. You don't have to go to a big college. And there again, it's all about choices, and that's where I'm kind of getting at here. You can choose to go to those big colleges, universities, and sometimes that's the only place you can go. Again, I'm just going to hit broadly on this topic, but so I understand what the whole point of that is. Now, if you declassify these jobs or professions as not professions, then you can't get, I guess, 40,000 a year or something. And it's mostly focusing on continuing education, higher education, and stuff. So I'm like, well, I went and got higher education at universities but I could do it slower. I worked doubles. I worked with money, so I didn't need loans at all. I know that's not everybody, and I get it, but still, I see what they're doing. They're trying to tell colleges, hey, don't charge as much because some people might not come there because they can't get enough of the better loans, the federal loans, supported by the government more so. But yeah, take out what you can, then take out from somewhere else, or work more, work during. I know not everybody, so okay. We can break this down little by little, but just overall, maybe people choose to go to a community college to get their ADN now, or do their pre-physical therapy at a community college. My wife did, and then she went, of course, where you need to go, but you still have a choice, weigh out the options to some degree. I mean, that's how it works. So if they had to do something. There's two things that I'm waiting for: is healthcare and the cost of college. So this is something, at least. It's not just saying, oh, let's pay for it, like the previous administration was. Well, you keep paying for stuff, price will go up. Well, you keep giving loans. That's the point of this. You keep giving low percentage loans, federal loans, just to help pay for these expensive colleges that just keep going up. Then what's to stop them? You know. So I can see what they're trying to do. I said, yeah, because my girls chose expensive college, two of them. One was fully paid, the other Could have gone somewhere else, could have gone community. And, we had it out a little bit. I said, it's choices and you can move up. So, but she did great. She's a little genius, and she finished her 4 years at a pretty expensive school with very little debt with our help. Um, to some degree, you can only save so much. The 529s, I didn't have 529s, for myself or for my three siblings. Uh, and my brother chose to go to a bigger school for his degree for teaching. We won't go into that too much, but he was just paying off his loans last year. Well, he defaulted for years, even though he and his wife both were teachers and worked. But the previous administration said, "Oh, you don't have to pay because we're at a hard time." They could, and the benefits, we won't go there, and what they got paid. Anyway, we won't go into the whole teaching thing. But yeah, so yeah, we're a profession. I mean, the wife and I, we've been in the medical profession for 30 years, and whether it's called a profession, I mean, yeah, we're professionals. People know it. I know it's not degrading nurses, PTs, or social workers, or whatever else is on the list, short list, I guess. It's not being professions in skill, in thought, or anything. It just has to do with the loans, this loan thing. I know it kind of sucks, but I know a lot of people are whining, hey, nurses are, godsends, and they should be titled as professionals, because I don't know what that gets you, other than cheaper loans for continuing education. So obviously this is a broader subject and stuff, but when I heard about it, looked into it, this is my thoughts on what I know. And these are my thoughts on what I feel, my opinion. I mean, yeah, you guys want us there, when you're sick and this. Like I said, I can go off on stupid stuff, but so that's what it is. So we're gonna watch this play out. I see the point of it, maybe long term. The wife and I differ quite a bit on a lot of subjects, but we were discussing it. I said, I get what this is trying to do, so we'll see what it does. We need education down. The costs are more affordable, not just paying for it. See, that's what it seems to be the answer on one side. Oh, we need to pay for it. Well, let's bring it down, just like medical. I don't agree with this Trump guy saying, well, we're going to send the money to people now, in checks. Well, we need to, instead of the insurance companies or the hospital, well, we need to bring costs down, right? We need to work on this. So I still don't get that. Put committees together on these last two things. They're mostly medical. And I'm in the medical profession. I mean, I don't reap all that money, even after 30 years. Those bills, I mean, we pay our bills. Kid has a problem, and we have to do something. I'm like, holy crap, our insurance. I said we could compare it to the teacher's insurance, my brother's insurance, the brother and sister-in-law. Again, we're not going there. So anyway, yeah, professional here, job here. I keep up my certifications, I keep up my skills, and I do good for my calling, let's put it that way. And my wife does too. So yeah, I'm not insulted. I'm not going to get on YouTube here and whine, say, whoa, hey. I know a lot of nurses are, I'm sure, and nurses are up in arms, but we're all unique people within each profession or group. So look at the bigger picture. Read into this, because it's a bullshit title. There again, I'll get it to bullshit. I just mean, it doesn't mean much to me. And now I know what it's about a little bit anyway. So any comments, great. I'll learn a little more about it, but still, college is quite the thing to deal with for parents, for people in general. So, but just keep in mind, it's choices too. I mean, anyway, I could go on and on, of course, but thanks for watching.